So I do want to make one thing very clear. Everything that we have been hearing regarding Xavi Hernandez, and especially by ESPN in the past 24 hours, I do not believe it at all. I think that all of this is all smoke but no fire. All of these reports that is coming out from these sources, I don't believe that it is true. I still think that Barcelona do fully trust Xavi Hernandez no matter what, because I have seen this movie before in the past 6 to 7 to 8 years. Every time Barcelona is going through a bad phase, ESPN and some other reporters from Spain or something like that, they like to double down on this negativity. They like to say, oh yeah, the players don't trust the coaches, the coaches, they don't trust the players, and that there's all this fire going on inside the club. I think that it is all fake, because every time those stories did arise, a couple of hours later, the players and the coaches and the president were saying that there is nothing, that all of this is false news, and that we're more united than ever. Let's keep in mind that if we really want to know what is going on in the club, one of the players have to actually say that they don't fully trust the process or whatever, right? I remember Gerard Piqué back in 2020 or 2021, he was saying that this whole club needs to have a restructuring phase, and that some players need to leave. And even himself, he thinks that he should leave, and whatever, right? And it was true. That is what the players were thinking. But today, like what we are hearing right now, which is basically nothing from the players and the coaches, don't trust anything. But I'm going to give you guys the information on what ESPN has been saying and all of this fantasy news, because I know that you guys like to hear it. So let's talk about it. So ever since Barcelona lost 4-1 against Real Madrid, everything has been in chaos. Everything. The media has been talking bad on Barcelona in the past 24 hours. We all know that. And many sources have claimed that there are voices going on inside the club that might shape the future of this club, right? The whole structure. It has been said that Xavi Hernandez has really been taking it like really hard to try and get the trust from the players. The players are not fully convinced by what Xavi has been teaching. This is what ESPN have reported. And it has been said that these players have been thinking about this for a while. It was not just the Real Madrid versus Barcelona game. In the past season, the players have been questioning Xavi Hernandez's leadership and his tactics. So as there are tensions right now, it has also been said that Joan Laporta might have to let go of Xavi Hernandez in January, and the one coach that Joan Laporta is eyeing, it is Rafa Marquez, a coach that currently does coach Barcelona Athletic, who is, and I believe, right, I think that Rafa Marquez is a great coach, but I don't know if he's going to be the correct the correct coach for Barcelona for the next couple of months or the next couple of years. I do think that he is great at developing, but I just don't know if he can be the one to bring us the results. Because look, if we're going to be signing a temporary coach, we're also asking for that temporary coach to bring better results compared to what Xavi is currently bringing right now. And do you guys actually believe that Rafa Marquez can bring better results than what Xavi is bringing? So meaning that we're going to have to go past Napoli. We're going to have to go past Girona and Real Madrid and go into first place and win the Copa del Rey. That is a lot to ask for, and especially for a temporary coach. And so with all of these questions going on inside and outside the club, it has also been reported that the coach and the rest of the coaching staff had a long meeting with the players before the training session even started. And basically the whole focus was on like the collective commitment and to do more to pursuit of trophies and competitiveness against the top tier teams. Even Xavi Hernandez, during that talk, he did not shy away from self-criticism. He was saying that yes, it is also even my fault. It is not just the players. It's basically everybody's fault. And he believes that it is important for us to like turn the page, right? To look for the next chapter, look to see how you can progress moving forward. And so that has basically been like the whole story of ESPN and sports and all of these like negative reports, right? Is basically Joan Laporta and some other people are questioning whether Xavi Hernandez should stay or not. And if he does leave, Xavi Hernandez will be replaced by Rafa Marquez. And at the same time, the coach is trying to say, look, we need to turn the page. We need to go to the next phase. We have to get better. We need to continue to improve. If we want to improve, you guys have to give in 110% every game. And if not, then we're not going to be able to compete for the trophies that we are currently in. So now let's step away from that, right? Because now we are starting to see that Barcelona do want to improve as a squad in terms of having more options. And one of the ways that Barcelona have been wanting to improve in this January transfer window is by having a pivot and signing another pivot because of the absence of Gavi and because Oriol Romeu is simply not enough. But here's the problem. Barcelona don't have enough financial fair play to sign another player. We have been like hearing so many news about Barcelona wanting Alex Garcia from Girona, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case or possible because Barcelona, again, simply don't have the financial fair play to do anything. So that means that Xavi Hernandez is going to have to say, okay, look, we can't sign this player. We're going to have to find somebody within our squad already to play in those positions and in those areas. And you guys already know exactly where I'm going to be going with this. It is Andreas Christensen. Andreas Christensen knows how to play as a pivot. Mundo Deportivo has highlighted that there are pending payments currently, which is why Barcelona have not been able to sign. That is including 40 million euros from the sale of Barça Studios to enable the signings in this upcoming transfer window. And there's also an additional 60 million euros that won't be sent until the summer of 2025. And so because Barcelona are not going to be getting that type of money or 40 million euros in this January transfer window, Christensen is the answer. Now, we don't know. Maybe we might hear tomorrow in a couple of hours that the 40 million euros gets sent for the sale of Barça Studios, and now we sign another new pivot or something like that. But as of now, the whole game plan is to have Christensen in the pivot position. Now, you guys already know that if Christensen plays in those areas, he would be perfect because he knows how to play very aggressive. He knows how to play under pressure. He makes great passes. He knows how to intercept. He's a great defender all around, and he can definitely be that extra layer right in front of our defensive line. And it is extremely possible for that to even happen because with Inigo Martinez coming back, he would be able to go into Christensen's position, play with Araujo, and then you send Christensen like much higher up the pitch to play with Frank de Jong or with Gundogan. And so you have a defensive line of either, let's just say, Koundé, Araujo, Inigo Martinez, and Cancelo with Christensen and Frankie de Jong as the double pivot. It would be great. And so I'm going to be assuming that Xavi stays, that all of this is all smoke, but like there's no fire, right? It's just all smoke. It's all fake news. I would personally like to believe that. I don't really want to say that, this could be true. I don't think so. I think that this is just fake news, and I'm going to just assume that Xavi Hernandez will continue. I think that I'm also going to assume that Barcelona is going to get better. I do think that they will. So let's assume that Xavi stays. We cannot sign a new player. We can't sign a pivot, and we go for Christensen as our answer. What could our starting 11 look like starting from here? Most likely, I do see Iñaki Peña in goal, with our defensive line being Koundé on the right-back position, Araujo and Inigo Martinez, center-back pairing, and then we have Cancelo on the left-back position. You guys may be questioning, what about Alejandro Balde? To me, Alejandro Balde has not been giving out a lot, and I think that he has been so disappointing. It's also another reason why I'm strongly confident that the players are not trying to give out 110%, that they're not fully convinced by Xavi. And if you're not going to be fully convinced, and if you don't want to try, go to the bench. That's it. So we have Cancelo on the left back position, and then our double pivot will be not Inigo Martinez, Christensen and Frankie de Jong, with our high interiors being Gundogan and Pedri. Yes, I know it is 4 midfielders, but 4 midfielders worked before. I don't see how it could not work now. The only reason why it worked before is because we had a great chemistry between having great technical ability and defensive awareness. Sergio Busquets and Xavi, with Frankie de Jong and Pedri being that technical ability type of players. So to me, I would say Pedri and Gundogan are those technical players with of course Frankie, right, because he's a boss, but most likely I would like to have Frankie and Christensen deeper than Pedri and Gundogan. And so I would have Pedri as a false left winger, and then our 2 attackers will be Rafinha and Lewandowski. I know that a lot of people might say that the 4-man midfield should be something that we should scrap away. I don't think so. I think that if we have Pedri in there with Gundogan and Frankie and Christensen, we have a great combination of creative power, a lot of defensive power, and especially a lot of control. We need to be able to control the games. I know that in the game against Real Madrid, you might say that, Barcelona controlled the match and look what happened. I don't think Barcelona controlled the match. I think they controlled the match for 20 minutes and then they let go of the game. They let Real Madrid have the ball. They were scared. So I want to have complete dominance, complete control. I want to suffocate the opposition. And the only way to do that is by having Pedri, Gundogan, Frankie, and Christensen in the midfield. So that's basically it. That is going to be the talk of today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.